Good morning, warriors. My name is Leland Holgate. I am the president and founder of Warriors for Life America, and I want to welcome you to our Warrior Flow. So this Warrior Flow is a trauma-informed, resiliency-based yoga. You may notice some differences in this form than from other methods. So I'll go over that here in just a bit. But this morning, one of the things that I wanted to really cover is the importance of a morning routine. For me and for any other successful person that I have read on or studied, the morning routine is where it all starts. You know, when you wake up in the morning, for the first 8 to 10 minutes, your brain is still inside of theta wave. So we have different frequencies or different waves in our brain. And of course, beta being us talking right now, cognitively doing things, picking things up. Then there's also beta, which is kind of like autopilot. If you think, you know, if you've ever driven on the road, you can't remember the last 5 miles. That's because beta brain took over. So you were just kind of on autopilot and you were concentrating on whatever else, hopefully not the phone. And then from there, you move yourself into alpha, which is the state just before, like a pre-meditative state. You know, your brain waves start to slow down quite a bit. And then there is theta, and theta is just before sleep. It's a meditative state, basically. The best way to put that is being in a meditative state. And then of course there's delta when you're sleeping. So when you wake up in the morning, first 8 to 10 minutes, your brain is in that theta state. It is so programmable. You are a blank slate in the morning. So for the first 8 to 10 minutes, I like to practice positive affirmations or play maybe a positive motivational podcast, or something that's really going to set the day for yourself. Your subconscious mind records everything, backwards, forwards, upside down, diagonal, crossways. So what you put in to yourself in the morning will actually show through the entire day. I mean, if you've ever stubbed your toe in the morning, or just maybe the kids woke you up and they did something and it automatically puts you into that state, that can follow through the day if you don't manage yourself. So it's very important, I think, to wake up in the morning, take care of yourself. I like to scrape my tongue, listen to the positive podcasts, do my positive affirmations, and then move forward with a little bit of yoga, maybe some meditation. So whatever works for you, maybe explore a bit. I think it took me a couple of months to kind of figure out my ideal morning routine. So whatever works for you, whatever makes you happy, I think is the most important thing. What makes you happy, or what brings you peace? Do that in the morning. So if moving your body brings you peace, maybe a little yoga, a little fitness, just 10, 15 minutes, get yourself moving in the morning, get the blood pumping. Positive affirmations, just saying I am, and whatever follows becomes you. You can also, if you don't want to say I am, if you feel a little goofy talking to yourself, you can kind of pump yourself up just by saying the things that you want to accomplish through the day in a positive way as well. So there's so many different ways that you can really program yourself at the beginning part of your day. And that really does, after a while, start to stack and build. So it does abound. It becomes more and more easy. And it allows you, I think, to kind of level up a bit. It lets you stretch your potential. And if anything else, it just lets you have a good day. So morning routine. Find out for you what works best. Maybe even start writing down. I like to write every morning in my journal as well. So start writing down some of the things that you think might work for you, or maybe some of the things that make you happy, so you can explore what your morning routine looks like. All right. Well, we will get started here in just about 3 minutes. And again, welcome to Warrior Flow. This is trauma-informed, resiliency-based yoga. And some of the differences that you will notice are I don't play any music. And of course, I'm not in the room with you anyways, but I don't walk around the room. I stay right up front so that I can model for you. So if I call anything out and you don't know what that is, you can just take a look at your screen and I will be in the position myself. So we also are not going to have you standing on your head or any crazy Instagram yoga poses as we move through. Also, express your choice. Choice is huge in this form, in this method. So you do as much or as little as you want. And if you want to sit there on your mat and breathe the entire practice, you are practicing yoga. That's 95% of all yoga. It's just yoking the breath. So allow yourself to go as fast or as slow as you want. If on the slow poke, you can speed it up. If I'm too fast, you can slow it down for yourself. And of course, this one is based on hip openers and shoulder openers. You know, in our shoulders, if you notice when you get angry, shoulders raise up, all social muscles really engage. So this is where we hold a lot of our anger and resentment up on our shoulders, and our past is held into our hips. So we have a lot of the depression and anxiety, well, depression and regret in the hips. So we like to open those areas up because the body does keep the score. It does hold those things in. So again, as we move through, practice your choice. Allow yourself to do as much or as little as you want. And above all else, maybe let yourself go. Some things, letting go, I like to think, is the hardest pose in yoga. So if you feel something coming up, allow that to come up. Allow that, just scratching at the surface. Allow that to come up so you can maybe move past something that your body's looking to let go of. So as I continue forward, allow yourself to be a little more curious with yourself. Just be where you are today and let go of that judgment. I know a lot of the times we want to do a certain thing and we get a little harsh with ourselves. So just let yourself be where you are today. All right, and we will go ahead and get started. So we're going to start in a cross-legged, comfortable seated position. And actually, whatever seated position is comfortable for you, whatever you can sit in here, your legs can be straight or bent. Again, this is your yoga, your mat, and your rules. So allow yourself to be wherever you are. And welcome for those that are just coming in. This is Warrior Flow. And we're going to start in our cross-legged, comfortable seated position. And more than anything, this is about the self-regulation techniques more than it is about the yoga. So sitting bones connected to the mat. Just let your hands rest onto your knees and let your chin fall to your chest. We're just going to check in with the moment, checking in with ourselves. Maybe notice 4 different colors, 4 different patterns, the contrast of your skin to your clothing, maybe the color of your skin in contrast to your mat. As we're looking down, we're sending the signal to our brain, all is well, I am safe, I am right where I should be. Notice your sitting bones connected to the mat, supported by Mother Earth. Your mat is always there for you. And for the moment, take a little mindfulness, just a fancy word for noticing. Start to notice. Curiosity, no judgment, where you may be holding. Notice where the breath may be tense, or the body may be tense. No need to restrict the air. Just allow it to be organic for the moment. Now pull your belly button into your spine. And really engage your lower intrinsic muscles by restricting the flow of urine. Pull in and back. You'll start to feel that area heat up. That's the center of your being, your internal core temperature, heating up. We're lighting that internal furnace for you. And this helps pull that mind chatter away from the brain where it can be burned up and used for fuel. Continue to pull your belly button in and up. Keep those muscles engaged for just a moment further and allow that power to build. Realize that power comes from you. Just another few breaths. And slowly start to release. Now we're going to tap into our 3-part breath, filling from the bottom all the way to the top. As you take an inhale, big belly, into the chest, into the back of the eyes. Exhale through the chest, press your belly button into your spine. Inhale, big belly, into your chest, washing around behind the eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button into your spine. Inhale, big belly, into the chest, into the back of the eyes. Exhale through the chest, press your belly button into your spine. And now just come back to your organic breath and start to check in once again. Notice your forehead relaxed, jaw released, shoulders away from your ears, and hands just gently laying on your knees. On your next inhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder. Head rolls back. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Head, chin to your chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Continue to roll around. Just link your breath with your motion. Allow yourself to move at your own pace. You may notice that popping and cracking, and that's just nitrogen leaving the joints, that old stagnant energy being cleared out. Roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself a moment of pause and let any dizziness subside. It's completely normal. On your next inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Head rolls back. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Chin to your chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Continue to roll around. Link your breath with your movement. Find that rhythm with your breath, your own pace. Remember to express your choice as we move forward. Your mat, your yoga, your rules. Let your head roll around one more time. Chin falls to your chest. Just let everything go. You can start to blink your eyes open, lift your gaze. You can pull your heels in close so you can roll forward, or just move your legs over to the side. Make your way onto all fours. So again, I'll be modeling at the front. I won't be moving around. So if you notice anything that you maybe don't know, just look up to the front. You can see exactly where we are. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Take your right leg to the back of your mat. Toes stay on the ground. Keep your hips nice and square. Take your leg up and over to the left. Toes come back in contact with the ground. Hips square, shoulders over your wrists. As you inhale, let your chest move forward just a little bit. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder toward your right foot. You'll feel that stretch in the side body. That's exactly what we're looking for, opening up that lateral line of the body. As you inhale, chest forward. Exhale, look a little further. Your hip can go out to the right just a bit as well to increase that stretch. Just allow yourself to breathe through this for the moment. And now look down towards your hands. Lift your right knee back up and over. I don't want you walking in circles, so let's do that other side. So left leg goes back. Cross it up and over. Keep your hips nice and square. As you inhale, chest moves forward. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. As you inhale, chest forward. Exhale, look a little further. Your left hip can come out just a bit. Feeling the stretch in the left side body now. Just another couple of breaths. And look down toward your hands. Bring your left knee back up and over. And tuck your toes. Press yourself back to your first downward dog. So your hands shoulder width apart, feet about hip width apart. You can also bend your knees here if your hamstrings are a little argumentative this thing. That'll help you concentrate on keeping a nice, flat, straight back. You can also roll the weight in toward your index finger and thumbs. This helps take pressure off of the wrist. You can press your chest back towards your thighs to feel that decompression of the spine. Rediscover your breath. And while we're here, we like to practice the two most powerful words in the universe, I am. Rock those out for yourself today, whatever that is. I am happy. I am amazing. I am healthy. As you inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale to heart center, look down to your fingertips. Once again, send a signal to your brain, all is well, I am safe, I am right where I should be. And release. So we're going to move through sun salutations now, and these are meant to burn up that excess energy that we all hold in our body. Again, I'll be modeling up at the front, so if you don't know what I'm calling out, just look over toward me and express your choice. Remember, if I'm too fast, slow it down for yourself. If I'm too slow, you can speed it up. All right, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams once again. I am confident. I am strong. I am joyful. Rediscover your breath. You can press your chest back towards your thigh. As you inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams once again. I am fun. I am generous. I am letting go. Rediscover your breath once again. Maybe you shake your head yes or no. Just allow your neck to relax. Inhale, heels up, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And this time as you inhale, sit back and down, feet and knees together. Look past your knees to see if you can see your toes. Tailbone tucks, belly button in toward your spine. And now lift your arms up and overhead. You can look up past your fingers. This helps clear the fog off of the brain, bringing a little clarity to the moment. Just another few breaths. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams once again. I am amazing. I am happy. I am healthy. As you inhale, lift your right leg up toward the sky, bend at your right knee, and let your heel fall over toward the left. You can also look under your left shoulder to bring a little stability to your pose. And you'll notice a dirty foot. Maybe you roll your ankle one direction and then the other. If you lift your right knee up toward the sky, you get a little bit more of a hip opener. And your next inhale, straighten out your right leg. Exhale, swing your right foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back heel down. Inhale up to warrior one. So your back leg's straight and strong. Your hips come square to the front of your mat. Left hip forward, right hip back. Arms up overhead. Sink in toward your front thigh. And if you'd like, you can also bring your hands together, shoulders away from the ears, look up past your thumbs, maybe sink a little deeper. As you exhale, let your hands come down to the mat. Let your back knee drop down, tuck your toes. And as you inhale, lift your arms for a low lunge. Exhale, let your hips dip forward. Inhale, reach. And now I want you to picture that I just gave you a balloon. Imagine the size, the color of that balloon. I want you to take out a marker. I want you to write everything down that you want to let go of. All the things that no longer serve you. Everything that you can just move out of your life. Maybe it's a feeling. Maybe you don't have a word for it. So you associate a color or a number. You write it all over that balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away, smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be recycled into something new. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, right foot goes back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams once again. I am happy. I am healthy. I am getting a little sweaty. As you inhale, heels up. Look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. As you inhale, sit back and down once again. Lift your arms up overhead. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. You'll notice it's a little easier to look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock out your I ams. I am productive. I am perfect just the way I am. I am healthy. As you inhale, left leg goes up. Bend at your knee, let your heel fall over to the right. You can look under your right shoulder this time. You'll feel matching dirty foot. Maybe you roll your ankle. Maybe you lift your knee up a little further to feel that extra hip stretch. Now as you inhale, straighten out your left leg. Exhale, swing your foot forward in between your hands. Drop your back heel. Inhale, up to warrior one. Sink in towards your front thigh. Bring your hips square to the front of your mat. Left hip back, right hip forward, back leg straight and strong. Maybe your hands come together. Maybe you sink a little further. Maybe you look up past your thumb. Exhale, let your hands come down. Let your back knee drop down. Tuck your back toes. You inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, let your hips dip forward. Inhale, reach. And once again, I've got another balloon for you. Picture it in between your hands. See the color and size of it. Now take out that marker once again, and this time I want you to write down everything that you want in your life. All the things you want to experience. The places you want to go. The people you want to see. Everything you want in your life. Write it all over this balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails. Smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be granted as a wish for you and those you love. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams once again. I am confident. I am strong. I am amazing. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips for just a moment. Send the signal to the brain, all is well. I'm safe. I'm right where I should be. And release. And now, once again, you're going to sit yourself back and down. I know everybody's favorite pose, chair pose. Look for your toes. Take your arms up overhead. And this time, bring your hands together. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Maybe you look up past your thumbs. And now bring your hands in toward heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow outside of your right thigh. You can also bring your left arm across, or your arm across your thighs with your right hand onto your lower back. And twist. This twist helps purge those toxins out of your organs. Left knee back in line with your right. Hips below your heart. As you exhale, press your right hand onto your left. Look up past your right shoulder. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. Bend at your knees, let your chest rest on your thighs, and I'll wrap your peace fingers and your thumb around your big toes. Let your neck relax, your head fall. And you can make this passive here, just giving the heart a break. The heart being above the head allows it to work a lot less to bring the blood up to the brain. Or you can make this active by pulling and straightening your legs. Elbows move east and west. It also lets the happy hormones build at the tip of the spine. In just a moment, you'll see why we call this the Xanax of yoga. So stay in your fold, release your hands up to your hips. Pull your belly button in toward your spine, and slowly, like it's a game to come up last, take yourself up. Head comes up last. And there's that beautiful rush of happy hormones and all those beautiful things. So I love doing that. Let's do that again. Sit yourself back and down, feet together, knees together, arms up overhead. Hands come to touch. Hands in toward heart center. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. So this time, right elbow outside of the left thigh. Bring your right knee back in line with your left. Sit your hips down below your heart. And as you exhale, press your left hand onto your right. Look up over your left shoulder. And slowly release. Fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. And this time, take your hands and place them all the way underneath your feet. This is called gorilla pose. Your big toes tickling your wrist crease. Bend at your knees, chest to your thighs, let your head fall. And again, you can make this passive, just hanging out. Or you can make it active by pulling and straightening your legs. Wherever you are today, let yourself be there. Maybe just let your hands rest behind your knees or your arms behind your knees. Whatever you are doing for you is enough. Giving the heart a break. It's always fighting gravity to get the blood pumping around the body. It also enacts the vagus, or tones the vagus nerve system, which enacts the relaxed side of our body. Release your hands, stay in your fold. Hands come up to your hips. Pull your belly button in toward your spine. And slowly take yourself back up. I love that one. I could do that all day. So let's move on with our yoga practice. Feet together. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock out your I ams here. I am strong. I am committed. I am happy. As you inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing your right foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale up to warrior one. And now open up to warrior two. You can scoot your back leg back if you need a little more room. Back leg straight and strong. Tuck your tailbone under. It likes to push itself out. Maybe you sink in toward your front thigh. Maybe you bring your front knee out towards your pinky toe. This allows you to sink a little deeper in toward your warrior two. Maybe your shoulder blades come together to create that straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Now straighten out your front leg. Reach for the front of your mat. When you can reach no further, hinge yourself. Hand comes to your thigh, your shin, or to your ankle. Avoid your knee. You can also bring your fingertips down toward the mat if you can get a little extra stretchy. And inhale, reach. Super important, front leg stay straight and strong. I know you're feeling that stretch on the inner thigh, and that's exactly what we're looking for. As you inhale and reach, this helps keep your spine nice and straight and strong, protecting your spine. Now bend in toward your front thigh, right elbow comes up, and come back to your warrior two. Front palm spins up. As you exhale, come back to reverse warrior. Avoid your knee once again with your back hand. Maybe you sink in towards your front thigh, open your right shoulder to the right and reach to feel that stretch in the side body once again. And now back to warrior two. We're going to do something fun called a kriya. It's just a motion inside of yoga. So as you exhale, we're going to come back down to a triangle. Right hand to the mat, left hand up. Inhale, back to warrior two. Turn your front palm up. Exhale, back to reverse warrior. Inhale starts the motion, warrior two. Exhale, back to triangle. Inhale, up, warrior two. Spin your front palm up. Exhale, back, reverse warrior. And now back to your warrior two. And windmill your hands down to your mat. Right leg moves back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock out your I ams once again. I am definitely sweaty. I am happy. I am amazing. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams once again. I am fun. I am playful. I am joyful. As you inhale, left leg up. Exhale, swing your foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale, up, warrior one. Sink in toward your front thigh and then open up to warrior two. You can scoot your back leg back once again. Tuck your tailbone under. Maybe you sink in toward your front thigh. Bring your knee out towards your pinky toe. Maybe you bring your shoulder blades together once again. So the straight line from middle finger to middle finger. Looking over the left middle finger. Straighten out your front leg. Reach for the front of the room. Hinge yourself down. Hand onto your thigh, your shin, the ankle, or to the mat. As you inhale, lift and reach with your right hand. Keep your front leg straight. Feeling the stretch on the inner thigh on the left side. And slowly start to bend in toward your front thigh. Elbow comes up to your knee. And come back to your warrior two. Front palm spins up. As you exhale, back, reverse warrior. Sink in toward your front thigh. Left shoulder opens to the left as you reach. Feel the stretch in the side body once again. And now back to your warrior two. And now once again, we're going to do that same kriya or motion on this side. So as you exhale, left hand comes to the mat. Reach up with your right. Inhale, back to warrior two. Front palm spins up. Exhale, back, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, back to triangle. Left fingertips down, right up. Inhale, starts the motion, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. And windmill your hands down to the mat. Step your left leg back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams once again. I am strong. I am confident. I am amazing. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Rediscover your breath. Send the signal to your brain once again, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. Now we're going to have some fun with some balancing postures. So balance, of course, is perfect to have in your life, both body and mind. So take a step to the back of the mat. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Look forward. Now take your left foot forward, back heel comes up. Find your balance. Make any little shifts that you need to. And for those that want a little bit more of a challenge, your arms stay up overhead. Or you can bring your hands in toward heart center, completely up to you. We're going to hinge our upper body forward. And you can lift the right leg up. Your right foot can also stay in contact with the ground. You're getting everything that you need, even if your right toes are down. You can also bring your hand in toward heart center, and that'll help bring some stability to your pose. Looking to form that letter T with our bodies. Let your hips stay square. You can try to lift the right leg up. Just another few breaths. And slowly lower your right foot down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Take a step to the back of the mat once again. Let's do that other side so you're not walking in circles. Inhale, arms up overhead. Look forward. Take a step with your right foot. Back heel comes up. And again, you can keep your arms up overhead, palms to touch, or hands in toward heart center. Hinge your upper body forward. Lift your left leg, completely up to you wherever you are. Arms overhead, hands to heart center. It's work at keeping your hips nice and square here. Upper body parallel to the mat. You can lift your leg up a little further here if you'd like to form that letter T. Just another couple of breaths. And slowly lower your left foot down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale to heart center. Exhale, release. Now we're going to take a step to the front of our mat. Trying to get into those hips. I know for us guys, they're like stones. So standing at the front of our mat, feet together, hands onto your hips. Take a long step back with your left foot. Keep your back leg straight and strong. Heels spiked up toward the ceiling. Reach your arms up overhead. And press your inner thighs in toward each other. And this will allow you to sink a little lower into your crescent lunge. You'll bring your hands together. Hands come in toward heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the right. You can also bring your back knee down so you can constantly twist and purge the toxins out of the organ. Wherever you are, let yourself be there. As you exhale, press your right hand onto your left, look over your right shoulder. Now slowly drop your back knee down, release your hands to the mat, and now work your right foot outside of your right hand to the edge of your mat. So right foot parallel to the side of your mat, hands are inside of your right leg, your back top foot onto the mat, and you'll notice you're already feeling the stretch into the hip flexors, and that's what we're looking for. So we're going to warm into this pose. I know a lot of us like to move into it right away. Important to warm into it. It's allowing the body to catch up. Sometimes the mind is way faster than the body. When you're ready, you can start to bend at your elbows if you'd like a little more. You can also work your right forearm down. And if you make it with your right forearm, bring your left down. And at this point, it's important to check in with that story that you're telling yourself. We're all running a story in our heads. It's just up to us whether we're focusing on the challenge or whether we're focusing on the change. You allow yourself to be here, just to breathe. Send your breath into that tense part of your body. And watch as you magically find a little more space. And you let go. Just another few breaths. Slowly start to work your way back up to your hands. Now your right toes angle out to the right just a bit. Your right hand comes up to your right knee. Let your hips fall forward. As you exhale, press your right knee away from you. Spin your right shoulder open and look over your right shoulder. The inside of your right foot comes off of the mat. You'll feel this stretch into the front of the left hip flexor, as well as the outside of the right. Another few breaths. Letting go. Slowly release. Bring your hands back to the mat. And now work your right foot back in between your hands. We're going to go with a half split or full split. So if you've got a full split in your practice, go ahead and head into your full split. For those going into half split like myself, front heel plants into the mat, toes back towards your knee, front leg straight and strong, back knee underneath your hip. You can tuck your toes or top of your foot, it's up to you. Fingertips to the mat, so you can stay up just a bit. Keep your front leg straight and strong, toes in towards your knee, and protect your spine, of course. You can also bring your right hip back into its socket. Left hip comes forward, and you'll feel that stretch increase. Again, it's important. Check in with the story that you're telling yourself. You focus on the suck, you get more of it. You focus on the growth that you are bringing yourself, you get more of that. Just another few breaths. Slowly coming out of this, plant your front foot into the mat. As you inhale, tuck your toes, step your left foot forward, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, full center. Exhale, release. Take a step to the front of the mat. Once again, I don't want you walking in circles, so hands onto your hips. Take a long step back with your right foot. Back leg straight and strong. Back heel spiked up toward the sky. Arms up overhead. Press your inner thighs together. Sink in toward your front thigh. Now bring your hands together overhead. You can look up here if you'd like for just a moment. And now bring your hands in toward heart center. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand onto your right. Right elbow outside of your left thigh. You can drop your back knee down if you'd like. As you exhale, press your left hand onto your right. Twist and look up. Purging the toxins out of the body. As you notice, that's a theme here. Release your back knee down, relax your hands to the mat, and work your left leg or left foot outside of your left hand. So front foot parallel to the side of your mat, and your back top of your foot just rests on the mat. You can stay here for just a moment. Remember, it's important to warm into these, especially for some of us seasoned practitioners. We like to get where we're going, but it doesn't do any good for the body. So we like to warm into it, especially with the hips. So many big muscle groups connecting to this area. When you're ready, start to bend at your elbows. If you'd like even more, left hand or left forearm comes down. Your right forearm can come down. You may notice that both sides of the body are a little different, and that's completely normal. We have a passive and a dominant side of the body. So if you're right-handed, most likely this is your tighter side. And it could also be based on the day that you had, or maybe the day you had before. Again, check in with that story that you're telling yourself. Can you focus on just your breath? Let everything else go and realize that you are letting go. And slowly start to make your way up to your hands. Let your left toes angle out just a bit. Left hand comes up to your left knee. Let your hips slip forward. As you exhale, press your left knee away from you, lifting the inside of your left foot up. And you can spin your left shoulder open and look up. Of course, you're feeling this in the front of the right hip flexor, as well as the outside of the left. Just another few breaths. Slowly start to bring your left hand back down to the mat. You can work your left foot back in between your hands and half splits or full splits on this side. So full splitters go ahead. And for everyone else, half splits like myself, plant your front heel, toes come back toward your knee. Up to you whether you want your back toes tucked or not. Long, straight spine, shoulders away from your ears. You can even bring your shoulder blades together to help protect your spine. And now pull your left hip back into its socket. Right hip comes forward. Remember to focus on your breath. Deep inhales, deep focused exhale. Focus the exhale into that tight part of your body that you're trying to let go. And now coming out of this side just a little differently. Plant your front foot into the mat. Bring your left hand inside so that both hands are inside your left foot. Now let your left leg come back and find your way onto your seat. You survived the standing series. And don't mind me while I rehydrate here for just a quick moment. Okay, so now the floor series of this. We're going to take a wide leg forward fold. So legs nice and wide. Important to pay attention, especially for us guys, since our hips are a little bit tighter generally. Don't go as wide for yourself. Bring your legs in, and then you can focus more on the stretch and the pose. So you'll notice that if you go a little too far, your hips like to roll back. So just bring your legs in slightly. Let your hips roll forward. Knees stay down, toes in. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulder blades come together. As you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, reach for either the shin, the ankle, or for the insides of your feet. Before we move into this even further, important to protect the spine. Shoulder blades come together. Sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale. As you exhale, find a little more real estate. Remember to check in with your breath. And focus on those tense areas of the body. And with each breath, take in a little more space. And as you let go, find a little more room. Feeling this on the inside of the thigh. That's exactly what we're looking for. This is, again, some of the biggest muscle groups in our body connected to the hips and legs. So it's important for us to open those up and release. One more breath. As you exhale, find a little more room. And now relax your hands down to the mat. Let your chin fall. Just let your back slightly round. We're going to surrender to the pose. Just focus on your breath. Notice the body from beginning until now. The forehead relaxed, jaw released, shoulders away from your ears. Everything feeling a little more stretched. Slowly walk your hands back in. Now keep your left leg where it is. Right foot comes to the inside of your left thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Left hand on the outside of your left knee. So you can sit up tall and also spin your shoulders square to your left foot. Right hand is the action hand. Take an inhale. As you exhale, move your right hand on the outside of your left leg to your ankle or to the outside of your left foot. Keep your left leg straight. Press your knee down. You'll feel the stretch through the back of the thigh, the calf. You also get this beautiful cross stretch through the right shoulder, down through the ribs and solar plexus, stretching into the psoas as well. Remember to focus on your breath. Let go of the struggle and leave the struggle behind. Focused intent and breath will get you everything that you want in your practice. Slowly start to release, bring your way back up. Take your right leg out to the right once again. Now your left foot comes into your right thigh. Right hand outside of your knee, sit up tall. You can spin your shoulders by pressing your right hand on your right knee to square off to your right foot. Take an inhale. As you exhale, left hand moves outside of the left leg to the shin, the ankle, or to the outside of the right foot. As you inhale, find space. As you exhale, maybe you stretch a little further. Again, keep your right knee down so you can feel that stretch from the calf through the hamstring, all the way up through the left side of the upper body. Just another few breaths. And slowly start to bring your way back up. And now we're going to find our way into boat. You didn't know you were going to build a boat when you came to yoga today, but you're going to build a boat. So sitting bones connected to your mat. Let your feet come to the mat. So you have bent knees now. Hands come behind your hamstrings, elbows nice and wide to promote a long, straight spine. And now as you start to increase the angle, let your chest fall back away from your knees. You'll feel your core engage. And you can lift your legs up, shins parallel to the floor. You can also keep your toes down or your feet down. It is completely up to you. We're just looking for that shake. This is neuroplasticity. This is the body shaking that fear out that we don't need anymore. Just like a cheetah after it hunts, it shakes all that excess energy out. We are letting go of fear. We are letting go of everything that no longer serves us. Right over your left. Let your heels come in, hands plant. Inhale, lift up to reset. Exhale, lower back down, come right back to your boat. Whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you have an inner tube. Maybe you have a speedboat, straight legs, arms out. Maybe you have a sailboat, arms overhead. It is completely up to you. Just looking for that shake, letting go of fear because we don't need it anymore. Left ankle over your right, heels come in, plant your hands. Inhale, lift up, lower back down. And one more time, right back to your boat, letting go of that last little bit. Whatever we need to let go of so that we can move forward and be happy. Let that shake take place. Keep your core engaged. Let everything go. Right ankle over your left. Heels come in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. And again, you can pull your heels in nice and close so you can roll forward or just move your legs out of the way and make your way onto all fours. All right. So we're going to come up to standing on our knees. Some of my favorite mid-body openers, mid-back and chest. So we're going to start with camel. Shoulders over your hips, hips over your knees. You can tuck your toes here to make this a little bit more accessible. For those that want an extra challenge, top of your feet onto the mat. So for those that want tucked toes like myself, hands come to your lower back like you're placing them into your back pockets. Elbows come together. You'll feel your chest, heart shine forward. Hips stay forward, elbows in together, chest lifts. And when you feel comfortable, you can just look up or you can let your head fall back. You'll feel that stretch all the way in the front part of the neck, all the way through the chest, down into the abdomen and solar plexus. That's what we're looking for. You can also bring your hands back to your heels if you want to advance this. Hips forward. Let your head fall back. Now slowly, one hand at a time, bring your way out. And now let your hips sit to your heels, knees together. We're going to sit in hero's pose for just a moment. So start to soften or close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Your hands just rest on your thighs. Face down with your palms if you'd like to root yourself in the moment. And face up if you want to receive a little more energy today. For me, this pose is a perfect reminder that you can't always be a hero. but you can be a champion. You can always show up for you. Start to blink your eyes open. Now we're moving into rabbit, so this one can be a little daunting. If you would like, you can just sit in rock pose, knees together like you are, arms back, forehead comes to the mat. This is also a different variation of child's pose. And if you'd like to go for rabbit pose, it's an amazing, amazing opener for the mid, back, and chest. So reach back with your hands, thumbs out, fingertips in. Grab your heels. If you can bring your heels together right now, go ahead. For those that have an issue with that anatomically, like myself, you will be able to when we move into the pose. Sit up nice and tall, take an inhale. As you exhale, chin to your chest, roll your forehead down to meet your knees. Super important, bring your heels together, forehead in contact with the knees. Now pull against your heels, bring your hips forward, only slight pressure into the top of your head. Pull against your heels, heels together, hips forward, and slowly lower yourself down. Head comes up last. Oh, that one's magical. It's one of my favorites. So let's stretch and decompress now. So back to your plank. Press back to downward dog. Chest in toward your thighs. Keep your back straight and strong. Let your neck and head relax. You can work to straightening out your legs here. If you'd like a little more stretch through the back of the legs. You can also walk your dog left and right, left and right. Now settle your heels down to the mat. Lift your right leg up toward the sky. As you exhale, swing your right knee to your right wrist, your heel just in front of your hips. Let the back foot, top foot comes onto the floor. Now, from this point forward, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, work your shin parallel to the front of your mat. For me, my heel is in closer to my hip, so that makes it a little more accessible for me for the hip stretch. And stay right where you are here again. Important to warm into these poses. I know a lot of us advanced yogis like to move into these poses super quick. And the body don't like that usually. We're going to stay right here, or you can hinge yourself forward and down. Your head comes to the back of your hand. Keep your hips nice and square. And you'll feel that beautiful stretch into the outside of the right hip flexor, stretching through the IT band. Just another few breaths here as we allow that area to open and let go. This is where we hold our depression and our regret in our hips. Our past resides in the hips. You have to finish that old chapter to start the new one. And slowly start to lift your way back up to your hands. Tuck your back toes and press back to your downward dog. Once again, you can walk your dog out. Let your hips sway a little bit as you do this. Get the hips into it, left and right. As you press your chest back towards your thighs. These are the best stretches to do in the morning. What a way to start your day, huh? Settle your heels down toward the mat. As you inhale, left leg up. Exhale, swing your left knee to your left wrist. Let your back leg scoot back a little bit, top of your back foot onto the floor. And you decide once again where you want your heel placement. So heel further away from the hips, a little bit more of a stretch. Where you keep your heels nice and close. Let your body warm into this, of course. Keep your hips nice and square to your mat. And when you're ready, hinge yourself forward and down. Forehead meets the back of your hands. Taking care of all of those muscles that we stretched and strengthened through the standing series. Another few breaths as you start to tune in. Tune into you. All day long, we are hit by outside stimuli, by the wants and needs of others. Super important to check in with you. What do you want for today? What do you want for your life? What do you want to experience? We really are the authors of the own story of our own life. Whatever we experience is based off of what we have given ourselves. Slowly start to work your way back up to your hands. We're going to come out of this side a little differently. So let your left hip sit down and swing your right foot forward. And now that we're here, another beautiful hamstring one. So legs stay straight, toes back towards your knees. Move the junk out of the trunk and sit up nice and tall. So knees stay in contact with the mat. Straight spine, reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your shins, your ankles, or for your toes. You can grab your big toes for the super stretchy, grab for the outsides of your feet. But before we move into this, super important again for the spine, so double check your posture. A lot of people like to round their back and pull in. You're not doing your spine any favors. Sit up nice and tall, shoulder blades come together. Now as you exhale, move yourself forward. You can also pull your belly button in towards your spine. Straighten yourself out once again, inhale for space. As you exhale, move yourself further. You can also make this passive here. If you'd like that beautiful hamstring stretch, press your knees down toward the mat. Take an inhale once again, pull your belly button into your spine. As you exhale, find a little more real estate. And now let yourself surrender to the pose. Hands come to the mat. Let your chin drop to your chest. Just letting everything go. Slowly start to walk your hands back. Once you make your way back up to your seated position, find your way onto your back. Truly everybody's favorite part of the practice. I'm going to spin myself around so my face isn't in the sun. You notice I'm on the beach here. So now that we've made our way onto our back, you're going to bring your right knee up to your chest, interlock your hands over your shin. And now start to change that angle with your knee. Pull your knee to the outside of your rib cage, like you're pulling your right knee in toward your armpit. Super important, keep your left heel active, left leg straight, left shoulder stays down on the mat. We're taking care of the internal organs here. You'll feel the pressure between your right thigh and your abdomen on the right side. That's what we're looking for. Taking care of the ascending colon. This is where 75% of our immune system lives, in our gut. So it's super important to practice these self-care positions. You can also advance this a little bit by taking your right elbow over your right knee and increasing that pressure just a bit. Left shoulder stays down. Now keep your knee right where it is. Reach your right hand to the inside of your right foot and then bring your ankle up over your knee. Create that 90-degree angle. Ankle directly over the knee. Bottom of the foot faces the sky. And keep your left hand onto your left thigh or left hip to keep that down. As you inhale, find space. As you exhale, pull your knee with your arm strength to the outside of your chest. Just another few breaths here. Continue to take those deep breaths. Allow that exhale to send the letting go, the release into that area. And now release. Bring both knees into your chest. Reach over your shins. Grab for your elbows. Lower back lowers to the mat. And pull your knees into your chest. You feel the stretch in the front of the hips. That's what we're looking for, as well as the pressure in between the abdomen and the thighs. taking care of the transverse and sigmoid colon. You can also rock left and right here for a little spinal massage. Who doesn't like a massage? And release. Keep your left leg. Let your right leg straighten out. Interlock your hands over your shins and start to pull your left knee in towards your left armpit, creating that pressure between the left thigh and the left side of your abdomen and chest. Taking care of the descending colon on this side. Moving our way full circle. This is also called wind relieving posture, and it does everything it advertises. If you want to move this forward a little more, you can take your left elbow over your left knee. Create the pressure. Right shoulder stays down. Right heel active. Now keep your knee where it is. Left hand moves to the inside of your left foot. Ankle comes up directly over your knee, bottom of your foot facing the sky. Right hand onto your right thigh. As you exhale, pull your knee outside of your chest. Deep inhales. Deep emptying exhales. Release. Bring both knees into your chest one more time. Reach the other way and grab for your elbows. Sitting bones and tailbone work toward the mat as you pull your knee into your chest. And release. Once again, keep your right leg. Left leg goes straight. This time, take your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Your right arm goes out to the right. Look to your right fingertips. Keep your right shoulder onto the mat. As you exhale, let your knee fall to the left. Check in with your knee as well. Sometimes it likes to lift, which is fine. That just brings the stretch up into your lower back. If you want to feel it more into the hips, lower your knee down. Keep your right shoulder onto the floor. More important to keep your right shoulder connected so you get that full cross stretch, taking care of the spine. Just another breath. Look up. Engage your core. Bring your knee back up. Straighten out your right leg. Bring your left knee in. Right hand outside the left knee. Left arm moves out to the left. Look to your left fingertips. Keep your left shoulder down. And now let your knee fall over to the right. Once again, check in with your knee position. Lower your knee down just a bit. You'll start to feel that more into the outside of the hip, the IT band, all those big, beautiful muscles that we like to stretch. Such a beautiful day out today. Now look up. Engage your core. Bring your knee back up. And now straighten out your leg. So we're going to make our way into our closing meditation. So get the shifts out of your body. Shift your shoulders and hips. Find that comfortable spot where you can just lay for the next few moments. Let your toes fall out, backs of your hands onto the floor. And just let your breath be organic. Continue to give yourself everything that you need to succeed. Remind yourself that you showed up today. Just showing up is 95% of every bit of success in this universe. You made you important. You made you a priority. Start to focus on everything that you accomplish and let everything else fade away. Hold on to those small victories for you. As we move forward into this week, remember that the past is history, the future is a mystery, and right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Let yourself be more focused on the now, rooted in the moment. And whatever you do, let whatever you do be enough. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You can roll your ankles, roll your wrists, little snap, crackle, pop. Keep your eyes closed and make your way onto your favorite side. For the body's favorite position, or one of them, fetal position. Bottom arm comes up to cradle your head, knees into your chest. Just let your top hand rest. We lived in this pose for 10 months before coming into this world. So the body, remember, it brings peace, serenity, and security. This is also a good pose to remind yourself that you are your own baby. You are responsible to give yourself the things that you need. And you did today. Keep your eyes closed. Press your top hand down and come back up to your seated position. Your hands can rest on your knees, or you can bring your hands together. Let your thumbs kiss to your heart center. And let your chin fall to your chest. Notice that you are in a position of a bow. And this is a bow in honor of respect to you for making you important and showing up for you today. It's been an absolute pleasure to guide you all through your practice. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Perfect. Thanks for joining me, y'all. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Remember, hang in there. We are going to get through this. And one of the changes that I've made is I no longer call it social distancing. We are physically distancing, but socially connected, because here we are connecting and doing the work that we want to do for ourselves to make us better. So I love you all. Have an amazing day. From myself, Leland Holgate, President of Warriors for Life America. We will be doing this every Wednesday and Saturday. I've also got some pop-up ones that will be coming up as well, so pay attention for those. We also have some meditation videos coming out as well. You can tune into our website to check that out, warriorsforlifeamerica.org. And have a beautiful, beautiful day. Later on this evening, 5:45 p.m., I have the level 1 version of this trauma recovery yoga, or total resilience yoga at 5:45. All right, guys, have an amazing day.